I was talking to Marcella from Lakeland. Marcella has quite a story. She's getting ready to get married. And the way that it all worked out is that her parents, after 30 years, and they're in missions, they decided to leave each other. Oh, that's inspiring. Let me go get married now. You don't want to get married after your parents divorce, after they split from each other. It's terrifying. And do you know what Marcella told me? Now I know how not to be. Now I know that I want to be different. Is it an altar? Or is it a throne? I was talking to Maggie. Where's Maggie from? The chapel. Maggie Van Cove. Did I remember that correctly? I noticed on her arms, she had written stuff. And I like asking people about stuff on their bodies. I write it. And I said, Maggie, what's that for? And she said, well, I've struggled with self-injury. And I have permission to tell all these stories, by the way. I struggle with self-injury. And this past week, I've really been struggling and wanting to injure myself, wanting to cut. And I looked at her arm to read the words, "It is finished." Is it an altar? Or is that victory? Blows my mind. When I was your age and younger, I've never shared this before in Illinois. When I was your age and younger, do you know what my altar was? Of course not. My altar was Tourette's syndrome. That was me. Look it up later if you don't know what it is. When I was your age, I didn't go to anything like this because I was too embarrassed. I thought that nobody wanted me there, and I didn't want to freak out in front of everybody. I used to sit at home, often in front of the mirror, daring that person in the mirror to twitch or to curse violently back. That was my altar. I have cursed God's name thousands and thousands and thousands of times when I was your age. From this mouth. This one right here. And then I met Jesus. And I don't know why. And this is not how it always is. But God gave me a power to control it. But it gets better. Do you know what God did? Do you know what He did? He made me a pastor. Now I get paid to use my mouth. Sometimes 200 people gather to listen to me speak. This thing that was for so much of my life an instrument of cursing, God now chooses to use as an instrument of blessing. Is it an altar or is it a throne? That thing in your life that you are ready to call it quits over, God says, that's my starting point. That is where I'm going to start building. That looks like a good spot, right on your arms. Right on your broken family. Right on your cursing. Right on your lust. Right on your anger and lack of self-control. That's where I want to start building this throne.